The Dow is up more than 9% since Election Day, with gains in even the worst performing sectors, particularly energy and financials. Michael, has this rally stalled out, or will we eventually see it top 20,000 and move on?
I think we're going to get there. You don't go to the prom and not kiss the prom queen. We're going to get there sooner or later. Thinking about this technically,
I did.
Okay.
I went and didn't kiss her.
I'm just going to let that hang there. So, moving back to markets, it comes down to, you look at the Dow Jones. First of all, on the institutional investing side, we don't care about the Dow, except for one thing. We're here talking about it. Individual investors are focused on it. We get through that number psychologically. It's going to inspire more buying, so we all have to be ready for that. Thinking about the Dow Jones, it's 30 stocks and they're price weighted. What are the biggest stocks in there? It's stocks like Goldman Sachs, 3M, United Health, Travelers, names like that, Home Depot. So you get a good day for names like that, we're going to get this big rally. I think we're one financials rally, and financials have been strong in this whole move since the beginning of November. We're going to do better. The thing that I'll point out is this little stall out, as you called it. Yes, it is a stall, and we're kind of going sideways here. Question is, are we basing or are we hitting up against a wall? The one thing I could say is it's actually very healthy that stocks are pulling back and consolidating. A couple of weeks ago, when I was looking at the highs in the recent highs in the market, about 30% of the large caps in the U.S. were looking technically overbought. Now that number's down to about 7%. That's normal. That's healthy. This little stall might be healthy. Then again, we've come a long way. And right now, when I look at the risk reward, like, is the next 5% up or down? I like the risk reward of down better than up here, even if for the next % or two, we may see an up move as we get through these psychological levels. Money comes in. Everyone gets excited about the incoming Trump administration and how pro-business and pro-markets it's purported to be. So, it's a very interesting time in the market.
Which is what Donald Trump himself has pointed out, that strong consumer confidence we have seen since Election Day. So we were watching retailers, holiday shopping. U.S. retailers are on pace for the best holiday season in years, the numbers are showing, thanks to the growing popularity of online shopping, of course, and the last-minute holiday rush. The research from Customer Growth Partners is forecasting a 4.9% holiday sales growth. That's up from 4.1%, which would be the highest rate since 2005. Michael, what does this say about the economy and the consumer, really, quite frankly?
The consumer confidence number was the biggest number since August 2001, which is obviously a watershed moment in the United States history, among other things, markets and everything else. So what does this tell you? Are we topping out? Are we heading for a new high? The one thing I'll say is a strong dollar. We're seeing the dollar pull back a little bit, but it's had a nice run. If the Fed is going to be raising rates, we're going to see strong dollar. Well, that's good for the U.S. consumer. Think about it. Just do the math. You're going to have more purchasing power. Now, how does that play into some of the protectionist trade policy that Trump is talking about? Will that allow them to buy the goods that they should under perfect competition? And that's the issue.
Optimism actually can lift an economy, and that's in that consumer confidence number from the conference board. It was expectations that lifted it. The consumer expectations, like looking down the road at better days ahead, and that is, Trump can take some credit for that.
Well, there's some method.
The only thing is, now we need to see fulfillment of that, of actual more spending.
And we're talking about the stock market here. Stock market keeps going. You're going to get a wealth effect as well. People are saying, my stocks are doing better. My investments are worth more. Hey, I can go out and buy that car. I can buy that new refrigerator.
And I wanted to add something to that, because liberals and people on the left always dismiss that. Nobody participates in the stock market. It's all rich people, and that's not true. It's about $7 trillion in 401k plans alone. 100 million Americans are invested through defined contribution plans. 100 million people see that in their statements.
So take that. All right. Kat, did you shop online or go in the store?
Only online.
Amen.
Okay, so you're part of it.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
All right.
Nothing in the store. You gotta leave the house.
Actually, memo to tourists in Midtown. Christmas is over. Go home.
Oh, no, yeah. No, they're out there seeing the tree. It's worse than
Here for New Year's Eve, yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Coming up, police in Arkansas demanding data from an Amazon Echo device. This was one of the big Christmas presents. Do you have one?